The yellow Mach 1 has been doing fantastic. I love driving it every day. I love having a bright yellow car, something really exciting and fun that sounds great, something I enjoy driving. Anywhere I go, I can park and look out and see it there. It makes me really excited. So I bought these seats that you may have seen. I saved them. They were about to get thrown away. They were Mach 1 seats, and I was going to stitch them up. I got out the old needle and thread, and I started to do it a little bit. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to run these seats the way they are. I could have them professionally fixed on that piece, but it really doesn't bother me. These seats right now for me are going to serve the purpose of driving to work every day and not worrying about the wear and tear, because I wear jeans to work every day and I really worry about the seats that are in the car now. Every time I get in and out of the car, you know, to go to work and come back from work every day and daily drive the car, I start feeling guilty about those seats because they're so nice. The ones that are in the yellow Mach 1 are so nice. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to put these seats in the car and just enjoy them and not worry about them. And then later down the road, I could even have them repaired again later if I want to. So that was the plan, and so I decided to go ahead, pull the car out, and just swap the seats and enjoy these seats how they are. Now it was really hot today, 117 degrees, and I drank a lot of ice water. I even dunked my head during all this and kept it cool, but at one point I was sitting there and I was thinking,
I'm a psycho.
yeah, I'm a psycho. I'm out here in the freaking sun in the desert working on my car. But that's okay. I just felt like doing it today. I really wanted to get this done. I just felt like working on the car, and you know, I've worked out in the sun with my friend washing and waxing RVs as a side job, and I've learned how to keep cool in the desert, and it's alright. So it wasn't that bad. And anyway, so I got the old seat out and went and put the new seat in, but there was a problem. There's something that I didn't consider. Well, actually there were a couple of things, and I'll show you what those are. But as I get this seat in here, and I have the driver's seat in there and the passenger seat in there together, I want to show you the difference between the two seats. So this is comparing one of the new seats compared to the seats that are in the car, which would be the passenger seat. See, these seats are kind of flat. The comfort weave doesn't have any ribbing, but the seats that are in the car right now that came with it have the nice ribbing still, and they're very nice. You can just see how much better of a seat they are. But here were the problems I faced. I got the new driver's seat in, and let's remember that the person who had given these seats to the shop had replaced them with new racing seats. And so when they did that, obviously the shop transferred the seatbelt buckle over, because on the 99 to 04, the buckle for the seatbelt is connected to the seat, whereas the 94 to 98 Mustangs, it was connected to the body of the car. So obviously I got in the car, I started driving down the street, and I grabbed the seatbelt and I went to buckle it in, and there was no receiver buckle because it went with the car for the new racing seats. So at that point I was like,
good boy.
So I had to take the seat all the way out, and I did have an extra buckle from a seat belt because I've had extra seats over the years, and so I put that one on the driver's side. And the other thing I had to do was plug in the seat belt for the seat belt light. And then I went ahead and took out the passenger seat, and I knew that I'd have to put a new buckle on this one as well, but I didn't have a second extra buckle. I think I have one somewhere else, but I did just go ahead and transfer it off of the good seat to this new seat. And so I went ahead and did that. It wasn't that bad. It's just one bolt, you know, just like the driver's seat was. So that was something that I was actually looking at. I kept wondering why that stud was sitting there with threads on it. Now I remembered. It's because there was no buckle for the seat belt. So I just went ahead and put this on. It was an 18 millimeter, and I actually had seat belt hardware that I got out of a wrecking yard because I thought that could be something useful. So that worked out very nicely. And you know, for me, it's kind of a game to see how much money is underneath the seats of the car. I always like to take the seats out of cars when I get them and see what I find. And surprisingly, only one dime was under the passenger seat, and the rest of it was all under the driver's seat. So whoever owned this Mach 1 must have been giving rides to people who were totally broke, because they didn't even leave any change in this car. But I went ahead and vacuumed the car out because I love to take care of my cars, and it's something that I feel good about, deep cleaning and just vacuum under the seats while the seats are out, and so I feel a lot better about it that way. And this car was very, very clean, especially underneath this passenger seat. Like I said, I looked underneath the carpet there was nothing under there, just one dime. I think the record I've had out of all the Mustangs I've had, the record for most money I found under the seats was like $27 in the Black Bullet. The guy was a waiter, and he had tips in his pocket. Every time he sat in his car, he dumped change underneath the seat. So anyway, got the passenger seat all back in, and the rear rails didn't line up exactly right. I had to kind of pry them apart. I wonder if that's because this is the seat that got thrown in the dumpster. It may have kind of bent the rails. So it's all done now. So that's the update for the yellow Mach 1. I still have more things I'm doing to the car, still got things on the list. So stay tuned for the updates on this car and for more Mustang content.